Okay, so let's talk about the second query for the mini project Rock, Paper, Scissors, Lizard, Spock. And this is the mini development process. And number 2 was to assign number to name. So basically it's the same thing that you saw in the previous video, just sort of in reverse. And instead of using an elif to close mine out, I used an else statement to close it out this time. So let's begin. So first, a quick comment, definition of number to name, and that I'm defining the function and assigning literal values to numbers. So we type define and then name the function number to name as per instructions. And then within the parentheses, we write the parameter, which is number, and then we mustn't forget our colon ever. Like I said in the previous video, if you forget them, you will get an error of bad input. So make sure that that colon's always there. So then we start, much like yesterday, with an if statement, which you always start with, an if statement. If number is equal to 0, return rock, and so on and so forth. So then we start with our elif statements, which are, unlimited. You can have 8,000 elif statements under your if statement if you want to. I wouldn't really recommend it, but there you go. So then we move on with else if the number is equal to 1, then return paper, and we go down and down and down and down. And then we get to the else statement that closes things out and validates things, and else, and we, again, don't forget our colon, we say return, and we basically say, if you have not entered a 0, 1, 2, 3, or 4, bazinga, try entering that again. Okay? I think I misspoke yesterday. I didn't really have any issues yesterday, but again, just to refresh everybody's memory, if you forget to put in an equal sign, you will get a bad error message, which is pretty definitive. It's basically saying on line 5, you have forgotten an equal sign somewhere. So we just put in the equal sign. Also, if you forget a parenthesis and you run it, you will get a bad token error, which means you have included the first parenthesis but not a second parenthesis. So we just need to put that back. Right, again, don't forget the colons, etc. Now, I think I did make a reference yesterday to calling the function, and I wanted to elaborate on that to help anybody out, because I don't think I was very clear at all. When I said below, when we print name to number, we are calling name to number, the function, which is this, and we are calling it based on all of the information that's included within that function. Okay, so this else ends it. So within these statements, underneath the function number to name, we are calling it for 0. We are calling it for 1. We are calling it for 2. We are calling it for 3. We are calling it for 4, and then my 2 controls, which are numbers that don't fall within the parameters of the function, so they don't fall within the statements here. Okay, so again, I'm going to reiterate that we are asking the console over here to print in the console under the function number to name. If the number is equal to 0, we're asking that if the user entered 0, for it to return the word rock. So let's go ahead and run this and check to see if the code is right. And there we go. So we know that we called to print in the console number to name from the number to name function. The value, the number value, is 0, and we've asked it to print in the console. If 0 is entered, we want it to return rock, and it has. Okay, so the number was 0. We asked it to return, if the number was 0, return rock, and that's what it's done. So it's behaving correctly. There are a couple ways we can end this. Yesterday I used an elif statement and the or conditional. Today I have just entered else and a colon and the return bazinga, which is Sheldon, quip, and basically told the user, you know, you really need to try to enter a 0, 1, 2, 3, or 4. These are your choices. Okay? Anything outside those parameters is going to draw this error. Right. I guess that's it for this this vlog today. We will be moving on tomorrow with the third implementation, and what we're going to do is talk about the first part of the main function, RPSLS, and this will involve the player choice. Okay, we're also going to print out blank lines in this, etc., etc. It's nothing too crazy. Okay. Okay, I thank everybody for watching. Please understand, if you put a comment below, I may or may not have an answer for you. I'm not here to fix anybody's code. I'm not being funny, but I'm just learning this myself. So if there's more than one comment and somebody cares to interject a response or an answer or help you, that's great, but that's not what I'm here for. I'm just here to show you the code that I created that actually worked and sort of try to define errors as they show up in my code, so you know what you should be looking at to fix those. I am by no means an expert in Python, so I just don't want anybody to get the wrong idea. Anyway, I have a great day, and I will visit you all tomorrow with the next section for the mini process. Bye.